Hey, it's Max. Welcome back to The Art of the Craft. Today we're going to be doing some Italian comfort food. I'm going to be doing a classic chicken parmesan. It's just like the Italian restaurants are used to, but so much better. Let's get cooking. When I'm thinking of chicken parm, it is the chicken, the sauce, and a little bit of cheese. There's no noodles. Now it's important when you're working with the chicken to have it all uniform in thickness. That's gonna help the chicken cook at the right temperature and at the right time so that everything is moist and juicy inside. You could do this a couple of ways. You can put some saran wrap on either side and beat it with a mallet or a heavy pan. That's called scallopini, and that is a very easy way to make it thin. You can cut different pieces of chicken into different sizes so that you have relatively uniform sizes. My favorite and the easiest way to do it is just butterflying it. That's when we take a really sharp knife and cut along the thicker parts and open it up like a book. So let's go ahead and begin this way. You've got one chicken breast here, you see. And if you look, you're always gonna have kind of a flat side on one end and kind of a thicker side on the other. And you wanna be aware of that so that you can cut and butterfly it where you need to. So let's take a sharp knife here and we will cut right through it. Your hand is flat so that you're not gonna hurt yourself. Open it up just like that. And that is a butterflied chicken breast. So that's what you're looking for. I've got all of our chicken breasts. What we're gonna do is marinate them for a little bit. We're gonna add some spices. I've got some chili flakes in here, some garlic powder, obviously salt and pepper, and some Italian seasoning. I've got a little bit of some buttermilk that's got a little nice tang to it. And what we're gonna do is kind of make a marinade for these chickens. So go ahead and mix them around inside here. And then we're gonna stick it back into the refrigerator for another half an hour or so. That's really gonna allow the marinade to work its magic. The next thing we want to do is take a look at our sauce. Because I'm kind of pressed for time, I'm going to use a really good store-bought sauce and just heat it over the stove. I have another episode where I'll actually teach you how to make a sauce, and if you can make it in large enough batches, you can have it frozen. This time, let's just use it out of a jar. We'll also want to turn our attention to the mozzarella. I have here one ball of mozzarella. It is what I would consider a low moisture mozzarella. It's a little bit harder. There are some really good buffalo and cow's milk mozzarellas that are soft and almost have liquid centers. Cheeses like burrata, for example, will have quite literally liquid center. Let's just take this, slice it up here. So next we're prepping our dipping station. I've got one jumbo egg in here. You're gonna go ahead and whip that together. What this is going to do is act as a really good adhesive to the chicken. It's gonna make those panko breadcrumbs stick really well. And so now let's just go ahead and do the dries. We have some panko breadcrumbs and some all-purpose flour. I've seen some variations on this where some people will do sumac or Cajun spices. Tonight it's the classics, but that's an option. Take some chicken. We're gonna put it in the all-purpose flour. Dust off as much of that as you can, and then you're gonna want some egg wash. And then the egg wash is gonna go directly into these breadcrumbs. Once all of those are done, we'll just place them in a plate, and you wanna let them set. So go ahead and stick them back in the refrigerator. It has been about 20 minutes and the chicken has been setting, so we've taken it out. Now it's time for the good stuff. So let's start frying it. I've got about a cup or so of vegetable oil in this pan and it's been heating. I want the oil to be around 350 so that when I fry it, the temperature will come down a little bit and then it'll stabilize at the right point. The reason I'm using vegetable oil is because it's a refined oil and that has a higher smoke point than some of the other oils like an olive oil or something would have. So give the oil about a minute to get back up to temperature before you fry the next one. It's important that the oil is always very hot and the pan is not overcrowded. That way you don't trap any moisture and you don't end up with really oily chicken breasts. The idea is that it hits the pan, fries for about a minute on each side, and then you move it off. That's all you're looking to do. Nice rigorous boil. There's no smoke coming off of it, but you can tell that it's cooking exactly the way that we're looking for. So the chicken has been fried and it's par cooked. We're gonna go ahead and take it and place it in a 400-degree oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once the inside temperature of the chicken breast reaches 160 degrees Fahrenheit, you can go ahead and put a ladle of sauce on top of each one. Now we can put a slice of mozzarella on each chicken breast. Slide it back into the oven and turn your oven broiler to high. Let's grab it out of the oven here. These chickens are ready. The cheese has been melted. They look great. And all we need to do now at this point is plate it up and get ready to eat it. A little bit of sauce, just like so. Some fresh herbs from the garden, and a crack of black pepper. There you guys have it, chicken parmesan. I hope you enjoyed as much as I know we will. Catch you next time.